Hey guys, Jason here, and I thought today we'd check in and do a bit of a test, a score, to see where you are as a property investor and see if these 4 important quadrants of the investment process, you know where your score is and where you're at. Listen, you need to understand where you are now. More importantly, you need to understand where you need to be to achieve the outcome, the goal, the destination for you as a property investor. At some point, you're looking for passive income to retire on, have better choices, financial freedom, and what we need to do is make sure we understand where we are right now. Let's go through it. Okay, get yourself a piece of paper out and draw yourself a quick plus on the paper. Income, assets, debt, and tax. These are the 4 big quadrants we need to understand as a property investor. Let's talk about income. Is your income, more importantly, your passive income, is it where you want it to be? Do you have to get up each day and go to work and still exchange time for money in a job? You have no choice to do that? Or do you have a choice? You can do whatever you want every day you get up, and money, income, dollars is coming in from your assets. We'll talk about that in a minute. Where are you at? Number 1, if you are still at every day you don't have a choice, you still have to work to make money, and matter of fact, that money doesn't really get you ahead. You don't feel like you're ever going to get ahead. You're still at 1. You have no passive income, nothing. That's where you are now. Do you want to be there in 20 years? No. Number 10, hey, listen, no problem. I can just choose to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I can travel wherever. I've got choice. I can spend whatever. My passive income, boom, is sorted. I'm happy, okay? If that's where you are now, awesome. And where you're going to be is even better in 20 years. Excellent. Score yourself really seriously, because it's really important to know where you are and then make a plan to go where you want to be. Assets. Let's have a think about the assets. Are your assets big enough, strong enough, safe enough to be producing this passive income so you don't have to? You don't have to exchange your life for income. Your assets work for the income, whether you go to work or not, whether you get out of bed each day or not, whether you're on holiday or not. Are your assets doing that? Have you got, and in property terms, that would mean between 5 and 8 properties minimum, and between about $4 and $8 million worth of real estate. Okay, if you're in that range, okay, if you're not, you don't even have an investment property yet, and your home is not an investment property, guys, by the way, so it doesn't count as this asset right here, because it doesn't produce an income and it doesn't give you tax deductions. But assets, how many do you have? If you've got 1 or even none, you're in this end of town. Your assets, you've got no assets producing any income or even possibility of income in the future. Number 10, I'm dialed. I got my 8, 10 properties and yeah, I'm sweet as. Tick in the box. Score yourself. Out of 40, 10 for each of these quadrants as we're going along. Debt, let's talk about debt. Is your home, your principal place of residence, is your home, do you have 0 debt on it? Are you debt free? Okay. In here, your investment properties, what loan to value ratio is your total debt at? If you're at a 90% plus debt ratio, you're at number 1. Okay. You're fully maxed, leveraged in debt, which is a starting place for all of us. Don't get me wrong. But if that's where you are now, you certainly don't want to be there in 20 years. Have you got a plan? Do you know what to do? Do you know how to smash that debt down? If you don't, you're over here. If you've got a plan, let's say you've got your home paid off and some of your investment properties are already really low loan to value ratios, you're well on your way. Score yourself between 1 and 10 on that one. Debt, really important to understand how to smash it down and in 20 years have 0 or low debt. And let's talk about tax. Let's talk about PAYG. Do you have some tax deductions now? Do you pay the full tax rate and you've got no tax deductions and you don't even know what that means? You're at 1. 100% of your money goes to the ATO. You've got no deductions, you've got no offsets, you've got no depreciation. You are 100% inefficient in that space. And do you know how to reduce your land tax? Do you know how to reduce your stamp duty? Do you know how to reduce your capital gains tax? Do you know how to manage all of those taxes as a property investor? If you don't, you're well over here at number 1. If you do, you've got it dialed, you're at 10. Okay? So let's see it, guys. Out of a possible score of 40, where are you at? If you are not 30 or plus right now, very unlikely you're going to go or get to where you want to be. Okay, and for many of us, it's tough to take a look in the mirror and be honest with ourselves, but really that's the first place, that's the best place we start. If you guys want to maybe work out what that looks like in a little bit more detail and maybe how to rearrange that, we run our property investment nights around Australia that focus on helping people build property portfolios that take care of this. Take your score from a 1 to a 10 over the next 15 to 20 years, and even sooner you can start to pay your debts down and so on. So guys, listen, big invite to come and have a little a sit-in and listen to what we've got to say in and around this stuff. We've been teaching people across Australia and New Zealand for over 20 odd years, and we know a few little tips and strategies we can share with you will be very, very powerful. So come along to that. Hopefully today was interesting and maybe informative and gave you a bit of an understanding where you are now, where you need to be, and maybe some action you need to go and take. So until I see you in person or one of those property investment nights, click below, you'll see some links. Take care, bye for now.